ชุมใหญ่วิชาการทั้งชาติและนานาชาติไป
This mindful action and compassionate leadership, we can
Lobzang, try to-
overcome. We can
Lobzang, try to-
overcome
Please try to shorten it.
and challenges and create a future rooted in harmony and understanding. So that's all. Thank you. I end here and give your time.
Now,
others.
as the presentation is done by this, Lobzang Dolma, I request Professor Bimalendra Kumar or Professor Shivani Sharma or Associate Professor Sanya Kenaphoom. Please ask any question or put your remark or any kind of opinion based on her presentation.
Sorry, sir. Hear my voice. Hear my sound now.
I request the panel expert ask some question or opinion or any kind of remark based on Dolma's presentation.
Yeah. I would like to, first of all, I would like to congratulate the participant, the paper presenter, Lobzang Dolma. In fact, I would like to ask her to incorporate one of the perspectives, and it is that while we know all the value system that is in place in Buddhism, why it is the case that still human beings fail to follow the value system? That is one question or one suggestion to elaborate her paper for further publication. It will be good in her own benefit and interest. If she can elaborate on this point, that why there are human weaknesses and how does Buddhism actually tries to handle them. That would be one of the perspectives I would, like her to explore it further so that, she can publish it in a good spirit. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I will continue. So, ma'am, would you like to?
Do you wish to respond? I would like to hear if you can respond back.
So you mean to say how, even though these ancient traditions have these values in already established, why there are still weaknesses in the society,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I think it depends on the environment, the systems, also the parents, because every human being needs to have that environment, to have these values, to know the importance of these values and instill in them at a younger age, be it in school, be it at school, or in a family, or in the surroundings. They have to grow up in that environment where these values are respected and understand the significance.
So what is the best practice that you would recommend for youngsters?
For the youngster, I feel that these values should be included in school educations as value education, so that they have this knowledge at a younger age. Otherwise, not everybody is Buddhist, not everybody is Hindu. So there should be secular methods to make them understand the values of these things.
These value system. All right. And you consider these values as universal?
Yeah, of course, these are universal.
Okay. Good. Thank you, Dr. Jefferson. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to refer to Professor Bimalendra Kumar. Sir, would you please ask any question if you have any question on her presentation?
Thank you very much. Just I Lobzang Dolma. So she was giving. I congratulate her for giving very good paper, and that is related with the research paper also. So she was discussing with interconnectedness as well as mindfulness. So interconnectedness is related with our law of dependent originations, that how all things are causally related with each other. And also is America. So he has, Acharya Nagarjuna has given the law of dependent originations in the sense of interconnectedness and how the people can community. So discussing that how the concept of well-being can be done by living with interconnectedness. And the second aspect she was discussing about our mindfulness. And she was discussing that how mindfulness is a tool or technique through which one can always be aware of all the activities related with the body, feeling or consciousness or other teachings of the Buddha. So how this mindfulness is nowadays more important for being welfare or interconnectedness. So she was discussing especially that how the wisdom and this compassion, these two things, and she was giving emphasis that how the pragya and karuna, these two virtues are more important for the concept of well-being in the society. So I think these concepts which have been discussed by Lobzang Dolma, these are very important. And in the Mahayana Sanskrit Buddhist text, Acharya Nagarjuna as well as Acharya Santidev in Bodhicharya Avatar, they have discussed in a very detailed manner about this concept of wisdom as well as compassion in a very detailed manner. So I congratulate that she has discussed all these things. And further, she was also correlating that how the first noble truth, dukkha riya satya, that is there is a concept of suffering, how this concept of suffering is also related with the concept of no soul. That is the how the a person who is aware of the Four Noble Truth and how the Four Noble Truth gives a chance to tackle all the problems in the society. So she was giving also a stress on the Four Noble Truth that if a person tries to understand the Four Noble Truth, he can tackle all the problems in the society, whether it is First Noble Truth or Second Noble Truth or Third Noble Truth or Fourth Noble Truth. So in that way, she was giving emphasis on all these, and there is a need, she was giving emphasis on that there is a need of cultivation of the wisdom and compassion nowadays for the youngsters so that they can develop a concept of well-being or harmony in the society. So I congratulate her. I do not have any questions, but if she only one suggestion that is if she collects research materials from the Mahayana Sanskrit Buddhist text, especially Acharya Santi Deva Bodhicharya Avatar and our Madhyama Karika, how the interconnectedness and our Idipachayata, she was discussing law of conditionality. So these can be also developed as a good research paper. So with these comments, I congratulate her. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I think we should go on the next paper presenter, Van Phasalat Thepsekda from Laos. He'll present his paper, Buddhist Holistic Wellness Concept, Health According to Four Noble Truths. Van Phasalat Thepsekda from Laos. I think if he's available online, I call upon Van Phasalat Thepsekda from Laos.
He was here. He just came in between and then left.
I think he is from Punjabi University, Patiala. Maybe he might come back, and I should pursue the next speaker.
Yes, yes.
The next speaker is Tazan Setek from Indonesia. He is a government sworn translator, and he'll present his paper, Buddhist Holistic Wellness Concept, Dharma Usada Study Program.
Kindly unmute yourself, please. Unmute.
Yeah, please, Victor. I think we can't hear you. Oh, sorry, we can't hear your voice.
I think we have to call next people, and we can return again.
Maybe we should go for the next one.
Unmute yourself.
I think he should unmute first, and he can certainly, speak what.
His screen
He's
sharing.
he's sharing his presentation.
Okay.
Sensitive, we don't hear your sound. You have to check your sound. The sound problem.
No sound is coming.
Tazan Setek, I don't know what's wrong with the sound. I think you need to unmute it. We can't hear your voice. Yeah, we can't hear your voice.
We can see the screen, but no voice. So the presenter checks.
Oh, I think he have problem the technical.
Yes. I think going to the next speaker.
Yeah, we should go for the next speaker. Now we have, next speaker. That's Van Gise Pende, a Tibetan Lama.
Yes, he also choose to stop sharing. Okay.
Okay. Our next presenter, Van Gise Pende, a Tibetan Lama. He'll present his paper, Buddhist Holistic Wellness Concept, Health According to the Pali Sanskrit. Van Gise Pende.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Uh, dear respected all professor and all brother and sisters. Actually, I don't have any PowerPoint to topic, but I get the topic of Buddhism, the holistic well-being. So that is, I just understand this topic. It's so many related the Buddhist Dharma. So I want to try to, because the reality, everyone don't want suffering. Everyone want happiness, but we don't want the suffering, but we are happy. Many things happen in our life. So there is some mistakes to taking refuge, because everybody to taking refuge, like food, like money, like the big name or power. So they just take refuge to this place. So there is mistake to taking refuge. So if you taking refuge food or money, when you get the money, you have little bit, you can say you are enjoy if you get money. But that is the change of suffering, according our Buddhist text, special the Sanskrit text, because the Sanskrit text is like a Heart Sutra. There is more talking about emptiness. So the emptiness behind that's background is that is reality. So we not get the reality that taking refuge place, because if you are taking refuge to money, you get the something enjoy, but that's short. It will change the suffering after, because the money or the food, that is this we call this is change of suffering. The change of suffering, there's things you not 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 give you the feeling contentment. Maybe my English very poor, maybe I can't understand, but because my English, I just try to in the Tibetan right here, so maybe my English translate not so good. So that one point we are taking refuge, wrong place. According Buddhist, text concept, your teacher is living Buddha. So that when we are chanting take refuge, that we first put the guru or the Sanskrit guru or lama la chao suche. So that's why if you have the religions or the Buddha Dharma that's taking refuge to Buddha Dharma, what do you have benefit, right? So if you don't have that's taking refuge to Buddha Dharma or some other religions like Hindu, when you have the unacceptable things happen in your life, at that time, if you have taken refuge, you have confidently to can, oh, my Buddha or my God can save me. That you have belief. If you don't have the religions in your mind, at that time, maybe you go to die or whatever this happen. So that's way we should be one the right way to taking refuge. The Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, that is the Buddhist enter door. If you have that, you are Buddhist. If you don't have the taking refuge, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, then you are not Buddhist. That is important one. If you want to be Buddhist, you should be know that. So the another things, the most people don't understand, very poor understand suffering. So many things happen in your life because they don't know the suffering. If you have understand about suffering, then you can control your life, how to balance in our life. That is very important. Like short period, the sunrise or sunset. That time we are very enjoying, but it's very short. So similar in our life, they have many money, power, everything is short period, give you enjoy. So if you know that that's all is change of suffering, then you have more confidently getting happiness. You have more chance. Because the Buddha first teaching also, the Four Noble Truth, the first one is you should understand suffering, the three suffering explained. So that is one important. Then after that, the Buddhist text, how to control our emotion in our life, because we have angry, we have too much attached or any things or grasping too much. So we should be practice of contentment. That is, you don't need be Buddhist. If Hindu, the other religions all can take this value of which Buddha talked 2005 years ago, this contentment. But you practice of contentment, you don't need wife, you don't need family, not talking that. What you have contentment. That is practice of contentment, because you have one car, you also they have new car come, you want to buy that. So that is too much attachment. So you less attachment, try to less attachment, because we are thinking, oh, 20 years ago, we are very enjoy that time, we are very happy. But that time we are very poor, in Asia, very poor. But we thinking that because that we are practicing of contentment. What we have, we can feel, oh, that's because we are little practice contentment. But the modern now, they can see TV or phone, they are too much marketing. So that attachment to, because we are, most people 12 hours using phone to checking the marketing, what is the beautiful to checking like this. So that we have get more attachment. Then once you have attachment, then you want to get that. If your friend get that first, you are too much jealousy. So because we don't know the reality. This means the Buddhist Sanskrit text, the Heart Sutra text said emptiness. So everything there, that is the source of consequence of the ignorance. Because we don't know the reality, because we have the boundary by ignorance. So the attachment, jealousy, the all negative source from this ignorance. So once we have this emptiness practice, you know the reality. If you know the reality, you have less attachment, whatever there is start. So I think that is starting your happy life. So I just maybe finish. Thank you very much.
Okay, now I think I request Associate Professor Dr. Sanya Kenaphoom. So if you have any question, you please raise your question based on the presentation. Associate Professor Dr. Sanya Kenaphoom from Thailand.
Yes
รองศาสตราจารย์ดรสัญญาครับอยู่ไหมครับ
ได้ยินเสียงไหมได้ยินเสียงไหมครับ
ได้ยินชัดเจนครับ
อ๋อโอเคI'm sorry I cannot get the paper presentations. If I get the paper, I will read before presentations done. If this presentation need to conclude for charge the content, I would like to the presenter concludes the pain point of this paper or this presentations, and what is the main concept of these presentations, and how to apply this concept to practice in the daily life, like this.
complete
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Request who is expand attendant and participant can join in the room meeting or from the Zoom. Dr. Thanatip Hatnauri.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please some opinion what you are enjoy in the his discussion.
I just get into the Zoom, so that's why in the details I didn't get much. So better to sit and listen to all participants to give them the opinions. Thank you so much.
I request Professor Shivani, maybe if you have any question based on the presentation made by Gesa Pande, how do you react on that?
Yeah. Thank you. It was a very crisp, precise, and clear-cut presentation with regard to the concept of well-being and happiness. And he rightly suggested that the more attachment we develop, and we invite troubles for ourselves, and the more we are knowledgeable about these attachments, it helps us to lessen those desires and the world of attachment. That's very true. But don't you think that it sometimes happens so that in order to practice such a value system that is laid down by not only Buddhism but by other sects also, for example, even in Hinduism,
Yes.
the practices that have been suggested are so isolated that humans have to cut themselves from the normal routine of life, and you really need to cut yourself from the mainstream of life, and then be in isolation, be all by yourself, be all alone, and in that context, you know, there is a disinterestedness with regard to everything. There you tend to develop such disinterestedness in people, in relationships, in everything, that because your aim, rightly so, that your aim becomes reality. As you said, you kept mentioning the term reality, which I was very personally happy to know that you could differentiate the concept of reality from God, from, you know, anything else. So don't you think that Buddhism and any meditative practice makes us isolate while we practice it? Thank you.
Yeah. Like I just understand a little bit because my English very poor, because I just learn myself, so I don't have been school. So I can say if you practice the contentment or the understand attachment, you never become poor. Like Buddha, he practiced full, but he is richest in the world. He have everything, but he don't have attachment. He have the good contentment. Like Mahatma Gandhi, he also did practice of peace or whatever, according to Hindu, Shamanta, whatever. But he is not poor. So many people think if you do that practice, maybe you become poor. Not that. In history, when the people have this reality practice, there is no poor people, no, in history. So present or future is can say impossible. If you have that practice, contentment or emptiness, so you are what you have. That is, you are can say you are a rich man. So I just maybe answer right or not.
Thank you. I get your answer. Thank you.
If any question from participants, like if any person wants to ask any question based on the presentation, he or she can make certainly. Any question from the participants? As I don't receive any question from the participants, I would like to proceed. The next speaker is Ven Sajjana from Myanmar. He's a monk. He hasn't mentioned his topic as such, so I request Ven Sajjana from Myanmar to present his paper. I repeat, Ven Sajjana from Myanmar. He has to present his paper. If he's not around, then I should continue the next speaker. I think the speaker is not available at the moment, and I would like to continue with the next speaker, Seema Dubey, a PhD scholar from Delhi University, India, and her topic is Buddhist Holistic Wellness Concept, a repository of holistic development. Seema Dubey.
Namaskar, sir. I am Seema Dubey. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Seema Dubey.
We can
Yes,
hear you.
yes, sir, I hear you.
Namaskar,
Carry
sir.
on.
I am Seema Dubey. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Please continue.
Okay. My topic is Buddhism, a Sorry, sir, एक मिनट.
Would you please switch on the video?
Video.
Yes, you haven't switched on video. We can
Okay.
hear your voice.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we can see you.
Hello, sir. Namaskar. Good afternoon. My
Good
name is
afternoon.
Seema Dubey. My topic is Buddhism, a repository of holistic development. Okay.
Hmm.
My PPT, I started. Introduction. Holistic development means balance of growth. Okay, sir. Introduction. Holistic development means a balanced growth of individual in all dimensions of life, such as mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Buddhism give a unique approach to achieving such balance through practice such as meditation, ethical living, and the cultivation of wisdom. Buddhism promote well-being not only on an individual level, but also within society and the environmental. This presentation examines how Buddhism supports holistic development by fostering mental clarity, emotional resilience, ethical integrity, spiritual awakening, and the ecological consonance. Mental development in Buddhism. First key elements of holistic development in Buddhism is mental growth. Mindfulness is central to this process as it involves maintaining awareness of the present moment without attachment of judgment. According to Kabat-Zinn, mindfulness practice significantly reduce stress and anxiety, overall mental well-being. In Buddhist traditional, mindfulness is not only about stress reduction, but also about cultivative wisdom. Additionally, Buddhist meditation practice, particularly Vipassana, contribute to mental clarity and self-awareness. Research by Born and Ryan show that regular meditation improve attention, emotional regular and flexibility, which are very important of holistic mental development. By encouraging individuals to observe their thought and emotion without attachment. Meditation fosters a deeper understanding of the mind and its process. Emotional development through compassion and non-attachment. Compassion and looking kindness are foundational in Buddhist practice and directly contribute to emotional development. For example, the Metta Bhavana meditation promote unconditional love toward all beings. It is reduced feeling for anger, jealousy, represent compassion in the Buddhist sense extend not only to their but also to oneself, creating a balance between emotional empathy and self-care. Non-attachment is another significant emotional teaching in Buddhism. Non-attachment does not imply difference but refer to balance, emotional state where one is not swayed by extremely emotion like joy and sorrow. This way, Buddhism helps individuals maintain emotional balance, which is very important for the holistic emotional health, physical well-being, and ethical living. Buddhism promotes physical well-being through that practice of right livelihood and the ethical conduct. Ethical principles such as avoiding intoxicant and practice moderation, diet, and desire to support both mental clarity and physical health. Moreover, the mind-body connected fostered by meditation is increasingly recognized in modern science. Studies show that regular meditation lower blood pressure, improve sleep, and enhance immune function. This connect between mental clarity and physical well-being reflects the holistic approach to development found in Buddhism, where mental practice directly influence physical health. Spiritual growth, path of enlightenment. Spiritual growth in Buddhism is guided by the noble eightfold path, which is include practice such as right understanding, right intention, right mindfulness. These practices are desired to lead people toward nirvana, the end of suffering. The spiritual awakening, often described as liberation for the cycle of the rebirth, is considered the pinnacle of personal development in Buddhism. Core noble truth, which for the core of Buddhist teaching provide a path for understanding and overcoming suffering. By understanding root cause of suffering, attachment, ignorance, desire, invisible and development, wisdom and compassion, thereby advancing their spiritual growth. Social and ethical development. Both personal development and social responsibilities are important in the Buddhism. The principle of right speech, right action, right livelihood promote a ethical behavior that foster harmony within society. In contemporary terms, their teaching encourage honesty, non-violence, and respect for all beings, which are social bonding or development of ethical leadership. Additionally, the concept of Sangha or the Buddhist community play an important role in social development. The Sangha provides a supportive environment where individuals can practice ethical living and cultivative wisdom in company of like-minded individuals. This communal aspect of the Buddhism contributes to the holistic development of individual while fostering a sense of belonging and collecting well-being. Environment awareness and the sustainability. Buddhism teaching and interdependence can extend beyond human relationship encompass the natural world. The concept of non-violence include a respect for all living beings and the environment. As Zoe notes, Buddhist environment ethical encourage sustainable living practice, advocating for the mindfulness approach, using up and deep respect for nature. In today's context of the ecological Christ, Buddhist principle of the simplicity on non-attachment and the compassion toward all being of values insight for the environmental sustainability. By foresting understanding of the interconnectedness of all life. Buddhism promotes in logical consonance that is essential and holistic development in the modern world. Conclusion: Buddhism provide a Buddhism provide an integrative framework for the holistic development, addressing the mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, and social dimension of life. It is practice of the mindfulness, meditation, ethical living, and compassion not only supported personal growth, also contribute to social harmony and environmental sustainability. As thus, the teaching of Buddhists remain relevant in the contemporary discussions of well-being and offer practical solution for achieving balance and fulfillment in modern life. Thank you.
Now she has presented her paper. I would like to refer to Dr. Sanya Kenaphoom from Thailand to ask any question, any remark, any opinion, any suggestion based on her presentation. Dr.
Yes,
Sanya
thank you.
Kenaphoom.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. As we know, the well-being politic development is depend on many factors. So the present, what would you like to conclude these presentations that the Dhamma topic, what is the priority, the Dhamma topic of these presentations to can apply to be practiced for the holistic well-being developments?
Sir?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think as the panel expert is asking question, you
Sir,
please
please
answer to the
repeat your
question.
question. Sir, please repeat your question. I am not understanding your question.
As we know well, the holistic well-being development for anything is depend on many factors, you know. So I would like to ask these presentations, what is the priority Dhamma topic, Buddhism topic to apply for practice? Because the Buddhism topic is many topic, many. In this presentation, what is the priority topic of Dhamma Buddhism?
Sir, I don't understand. My topic is
Yeah. What is the main concept of this topic?
Yeah, in fact, I think
your voice is not clear, sir.
Let me help a little bit as the panel is trying to convey his idea or his question. So what is the priority of your presentation in practice?
Priority of my presentation.
Yes.
My priority is the simplicity and everybody given the message, because not attachment everything, because attachment is the point of sadness, mental well-beings, and very sir, my topic is mental well-being. Hello.
I hear.
Yes.
Yes.
So anyway, and
Okay,
Ma'am,
thank you.
if you have any question, would you like to ask any other question?
I request Phramaha Mahaviro some the opinion in the topic.
Good
May I?
afternoon, all speakers and participants. It's a very good chance for me to participate in this conference. After hearing all of you present the idea on the aspects of Buddhism and the holistic well-being, I very clear that the aspects or idea that all of you present in this conference. Thank you very much. Exactly, my language is not so clear, but anyways, I appreciate all of your idea that you present Buddhism and holistics in these aspects. Better the way that we apply vipassana for our well-being to use in our daily lives to reduce stress or any other form of suffering or any kind of the ways in Buddhism that we apply to our daily life in terms of the healthy being. This is quite very important for our Buddhists all over the world or for our friends all over the world too. Even later will come to your paper that they can find the answers or they can find the way to solve the problem in the future because of your paper. Anyway, on behalf of listeners and of participants from Thailand, I would like to thank all of you, all the speakers, to join our conference this time. Thank you very much.
Any further question? If any question is there, I mean from the panel experts, Professor Bimalendra Kumar and Professor Shivani, I would certainly proceed with the next speaker.
I wish to ask Seema Dubey ji if why she is considering only mental well-being. Well-being is a concept which cannot devoid the physical well-being is also equally significant. As
Yes.
we all know, there is a quote that a sound mind needs a sound body. So she has repeated in her answer to the previous the panelist that her topic is mental well-being. So mental well-being cannot be understood apart from physical well-being. It has to be taken together once we are talking of well-being. So it is for her to, understand and explore it further. It is not necessary that you respond to this, but I would suggest you to keep it in mind that when we talk of well-being, we are not only talking about simply, mental well-being. Physical is the part of it, and rather physical is the medium to realize the mental well-being. Right? Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Konthoujam, I would like to comment on Seema Dubey's paper. She was discussing about the environmental awareness and sustainability.
Yes, sir.
We are quite aware that man and nature and environment, these three are equally correlated with man is dependent on nature. Nature is also dependent on our environment. These three, man, nature, and environment, are causally related. If you go through law of dependent on
Hello, sir.
I don't know, because something's wrong with the Professor Bimalendra Kumar network. We can't hear properly.
Yes, we have to next.
Yeah, anyway, as somehow Professor Bimalendra Kumar tried to give his comment based on Seema Dube's presentation, I would like to recall one presenter. He couldn't make it as he got some kind of a sound issue. So I would like to recall Tzan Seitek from Indonesia, a government Sean translator. Tzan Seitek from Indonesia. I would like to say, make a call again for him to present his paper. I repeat, Tzan Seitek from Indonesia. He requested me to, call him again because he
We
wants to present his paper.
didn't sound his voice. He tried to speak, but we didn't listen and hear his voice. We observe his colleague and his mouth.
Anyway, that I think I should go for the next speaker then. Our next speaker is Dr. Sampose Prak from Cambodia. He will present his paper, Buddhist Holistic Wellness Concept, a path to inner peace and fulfillment. Dr. Sampose Prak from Cambodia.
Yeah, thank you. I will share my slide in a moment. Yes, right now. And you can can see my slide. Yes. Here is my boy, really. Everybody. Yes, I to respect to all
Yes,
their
okay.
professor
Yes, okay.
and experts committee be here. Yes, yes. Here is my boy. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
And other I respect to yeah, but their organizer, Venerable and Doctor, yes, and especially a professor from other countries, yeah, and all participants here. I'm decided to the idea related to this Buddhist holistic well-being. Now, so my presentation related that a path to inner peace, fulfillment. Yeah, it is more important because when before reach the wells, the Buddhist holistic well-being, we have to start it from the inner peace. Yeah, at the first. Yeah. And what does it mean here? I will more part related the meanings of this holistic here. Here I focus on interconnectedness. Yeah, and what does it mean interconnectedness? That relate that combine three the part that's mind, body, and the spirit. Because the most important to push, the holistic well-being in the world. Because those what I rest at the moment, it is the core values of the Buddhism. Yes, everything started from inside, to outside, like the inner peace and compassion and wisdom. And now move to other point that and why that Buddhists regard as compassion is the essential aspect of Buddhism way to reach this inner peace. Because compassion, the part of to take part, like the world right now has conflict each other and the political, yes, and geopolitical. So the Buddhism is more important role play to take part is starting from inner peace. Yes, and other point, yes, other point like Sima Dubey, she said at the moment, I support her idea related to mental and physical and spiritual development. And the next step, I will move on to the point that therefore it is not only based on the circumstances, but the inner state they cultivate through that physical living, mindfulness and spiritual growth. It is the core value or the three mains like to support push the holistic well-being from now on. Yes, and now move to other point. What is the source that in a piece or holistics here? I focus only 2 points. The first point started from the Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths, it is that's good way that all human beings need to conduct like this. First of all, the first dukkha, like Buddha taught us that dukkha, we have to recognize it the first time before we know everything or the cause to us, something to us. We need to know. We need to recognize the first. When we recognize the first like this, we can know about that the cause of what the problem. For example, like the world right now on that happen the competition or to create influence each other from the other factor. Yeah, so we need to know that what is the main cause of suffering, like craving, like attachment, that to push us in black, bring blacks move to like suffering, like. And the third is mean that realize it is mean that nirodha, we have to realize it means that cessation of suffering. Many ways that to push the getting out from this suffering. Yes, but now move to other next, that the last one, the four noble truths. We here we have to find out the way based on the Buddhist approach. The Buddha to show us as to conduct like this. It's so-called Noble Eightfold Path. Eightfold Path, that is that's the great. We can summarize only 3 points. The first, we have to develop the wisdom. And how we can develop it? We can develop it by right view, right intention, for example. And the second, we have to generate the ethical, like ethically. Like ethically, the means sila, the most important, right? The right speech, right action, right livelihood as well. Support what? The support like move to that's well-being. They're based on the Buddhist approach. And the last one, I mean, the train of mind. The train of mind based on the Buddhist way. The Buddha suggests that we have to follow the right effort, the right mindfulness, right concentration. This that's great. The last one, I would like to conclude that conclusion from the short presentation here. Yes, I summarize only 3 points. The first, we have to cultivate the inner peace, the through by life, I said at the moment, and it's called living, because all the human beings need, all the nation, all the country need to be conducted by themselves. And the last one is mean that the spiritual growth. Spiritual growth, we have to push from outside. Yes, inside. I'm so sorry. From inside move to outside approach. It is that's a very crucial point that we find. It is the pathway to move to inner peace for our life, based on the Buddhist holistic well-being, right? Yeah, thank you. My short present here. You have any question? Yes, and suggestion, please.
As I see, a very few questions, I would say rare questions, are coming up from participants. If any participant wants to ask any question, he or she may raise any questions. I don't know that they don't put any question except the panelists. So I would like to refer to my friend Raja Punyabun, Ras Punyabun, to ask any question as the presentation is mad.
อาจารย์ราชรสอยู่ในซูมไหมครับ เชิญนะครับ
Yes, please.
Okay, maybe he's on, but I don't know, maybe he's not asking a question. I'd like to refer to again my respected Professor Shivani, ma'am. Ma'am, if you have any questions, please ask question.
Well, I must congratulate the presenter. It was a wonderful, crisp presentation, very clear in itself. And he rightly suggested that it has to be a collaborative and a collective kind of a thing when it comes to well-being. It has to be that physical and the mental has to go hand in hand, as suggested by Buddhism. And in particular, I don't feel that he deserves to be asked any question.
Yes.
But yes, just in case if he would like to respond to one of the queries, and it is that what kind of practices actually are said to be mindful practices in Buddhism? Any particular mindful practice that he can suggest us or he can think of, which can help us to, understand the Buddhist perspective better. Thank you.
Yes, may I? Yes, thank you, Professor. May I say that the small my idea related this your question, it is a great your question be here related how to practice that the mindfulness based on the Buddhist way. But this is more important because Buddhist approach always to regard living in present. It is more important. And why? Because we have to balance from our mind and the body. And what we conduct the balance the situation, we have to conduct the mindfulness. Because when we live in fully present at the moment, it means that we can use mindfulness for all our life to support. So it is a move to inner peace. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Professor Bimalendra Kumar, so would you like to ask any question based on his presentation?
Yes, thank you. Just I was going through the paper of Samphosaphat from our Royal Buddhist University, Cambodia.
Yes.
So he was discussing about the compassion, that is the karuna, and he was discussing about the absence of suffering is called as a karuna. But he was not discussing that from which text he was discussing about the karuna. If you go through the literal meaning of the karuna, karuna has been defined as kamiti dukkham runati iti tam pavisutti vinasaya bhayamaticha. That where there is a total destruction of the suffering, that state is called as karuna. Here, karuna is not only the verbal sympathy after seeing the suffering of others, but how you can eradicate the suffering of others. This is the compassion or the karuna. And this karuna bhavana has been discussed in Kamathan Gahan Nidesa. of Acharya Buddha Ghosh in his magnum opus work Visuddhimagga. So in Karuna Bhavana, there are the practices that how this Karuna can be developed. In other manuals of Abhidhamma like Namarupa Parichet Katha, Abhidhamma Avatar, and such a Sankhepa, Acharyas have discussed about the practices of the Karuna, how Karuna can be developed. So it is better that if you select the practices of the Karuna, that how this Karuna can be developed. And what is the difference between the Karuna, Anukampa, Daya? It has been also discussed in our text like Dhammasankani of Abhidhamma Pitaka. So you can get a differentiation about these terms, that how does these terms are differing with each other, and what is the speciality of the Karuna. So this Karuna Bhavana in your paper, how this Karuna Bhavana can be practiced and how the physical as well as mental well-being can be attained. It is not only through the Four Noble Truths, but after practicing the Karuna Bhavana, one can have the well-being in the society. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Professor. Yeah, thank you so much. They great your suggestion, recommendation from now on. Yeah, thank you so much for all.
Okay, thank you, Manu.
So if any question from Dr. Sanya Kenaphoom from Thailand, if you have any question, or
I
else
have
I
no,
should proceed on.
I have no any questions, sir. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, now our next paper presenter is Associate Professor Dr. Kenaphoom Nutongko. She's from Mahamakut Buddhist University.
Yes.
And Surat Thani Hospital, Thailand. Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon. Respected all venerables, coordinator, expert, professor, speakers, and all participants. My name is Dr. Kenaphoom Nutongko. This is my name, and my colleague is Dr. Napthamon Sukta. We work together for this paper. So today I'm very happy, and let me say thanks to the Mahamakut Buddhist University, especially the Yanasangvorn Research Institute, to give me an opportunity to have an international conference. So I'm very happy today, and I think I am the last one for the presenting. So let's go into my topic for saving all of your times. The academic topic is promoting health and sustainable community development with Buddhist Health Charter Science. Presenting by Mrs. Napthamon Sutha and Associate Professor Dr. Kenaphoom Nutongko from Surat Thani Hospital and Mahamakut Buddhist University, Sri Tamasukara Campus 2024. Now going to the introduction. See, health problems are problems that occur to people of all age and genders. Every citizen needs to take care of themselves to be healthy continuously. Therefore, taking care of personal health is an important mission that everyone should practice and adhere to as a guideline for living in order to have a good health. The way to have good health is to have a balance in life. If there is a proper balance, there will be fewer illnesses. The most important things, that is the core, is maintain balance. Integrating Buddhist science with the health promotion to create a balance of the body, create a natural way of life, able to allocate time for all important activities in life in the appropriate proportion, including eating, exercising, living in a clean and hygienic environment, maintaining mental health, knowing how to look at the world in a positive way, and not being obsessed with gambling and various vices, etc. These things are therefore important issues for laying the foundation of life. This academic article aims to study the component and approaches of Buddhist health charter science in promoting health at the individual and community levels. To analyze the practice of Buddhist health charter science in promoting health and sustainable community development by using the study process from document, textbooks, research work, and various media technology. The result of the study conclude that, number one, the component and approaches of Buddhist health charter science in promoting health at the individual and community levels are focusing on developing the mind, creating balance in life, happily at the individual and community levels with the principle of sufficiency, unity, and respect for nature, leading to sustainable development and good quality of life in the long term. Number two, the practice of Buddhist health charter science in promoting health and sustainable community development are focusing on developing the mind through morality, meditation, and wisdom, creating a balance between human and nature, promoting a self-sufficient lifestyle, stimulating community participation, promoting self-reliance, and creating sustainable community through effective resource management. Focus on practicing Dharma and meditation, which body of knowledge from the study is best model, which consisting of B, balance, well-being, E means enduring sufficiency, and ST strong together. So we can make a design the model as you see now in the screen. This is the best model for our study in the paper. That's all composed of three domains. One is Sila. Sila means balance, well-being. Samadhi, enduring sufficiency, and Panya, strong together. So how balance being Sila? How balance well-being? That's we call Sila domain. 1, physical. 2, mind. 3, society. 4, intelligence. 5, emotion. And 6, environment. For the enduring sufficiency samadhi, number 1, concept of sufficient economy, and number 2, living in harmony and with nature. 3, strong together, Panya. 1, creating a society of compassion and kindness. 2, participation in development with various activity. So this is all my paper conclusion with the limited time. So actually we have a full paper to presenting, but we have limited time to presenting in the online conference. So thank you very much for your attention.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. I think you have presented very well, and the best model you have, presented is also quite, impressive. So I urge the participant to put any question, and I'd like to ask my friend Raj
1 minute, sir.
to ask any question.
1 minute, sir. If possible, and any participant or anyone, they can the internet is not working properly sometimes, so they can chat on the messenger in the chat room. Okay, you can do that in another way. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Now, in fact, we have one more speaker. That's the last one. Before I call upon the last speaker, I would like to appeal any.
Sir, Professor Bimalendra Kumar,
yes,
raise your hand. Please.
Please, sir.
Okay. So thank you very much, Kenaphoom, for presenting your paper. So you have given a very summary of your paper, but how these things you have explained, it is not based upon any text. So suppose the chart you are showing that how the seal, morality, which is the significance of balanced well-being, how the six physical, mind, society, intelligence, emotions, and environment, how these six are correlated with the seal. If you go through the seal is the curtailment of the physical and vocal misdeeds.
Yes,
that
sir.
removal of the physical and vocal misdeeds is called as morality or the seal. But how this society, intelligence, emotion, and environment, these four things are related with the seal. It is not understandable on which text you have tried to explain all these things. Further, you are explaining samadhi, that enduring sufficiency. So the concentration leads towards the panya, and the concentration in our Pali text, it is only the 40 kamathan, 40 subjects of the meditations. And this samadhi is nothing but it is also prepares a culture of the mind, and which leads towards our right understanding or the panya. But how the concept of self-economy or living in harmony with nature, when you are also discussing that seal is related with the environment, here samadhi you are explaining that it is in the sense of living in harmony with the nature. How you are explaining these things? Further, in concept of our panya, that is the pragya, creating a society of compassion and kindness, that is the metta and karuna. And further, you are saying that participation in development with various activities. So how on which text you are going to explain all these aspects? It is just you have written down, but what are the texts? When you are presenting your research paper, you have to present your hypothesis or whatever the statements you are putting. It must be based upon the text which you are citing. But how you are proving all these things, that seal is related with the six, and samadhi with the two, self-sufficiency or economy, and how pragya is related with the karuna. Can you explain it?
Yes, we are. Thank you very much for your questions. Actually, a lot of time, a lot of questions I have to respond to your question. Actually, this is you know, we are presenting about the holistic well-being, right? So every thing that I presented for this time, just must go together. Just like a cycle of life, something like that. Not only sila and then enough, not only samadhi and then enough. We have to make it the cycle of life with this one, but not only life, but also we have to make the sustainable community development, because we have to apply with the community, right? Not only the individual, also the community development for this. So we have to mix sila, samadhi, and panya with the you know, the sub component. For example, sila.
Yeah, these three are the trainings, sikha or siksha,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
say.
Right,
But
sikha,
how
yeah.
how the seal is going to related with the intelligence, emotions, and environment or society? Can you explain it? What are the texts on which you are explaining these things?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. So
my question is that how you are making a hypothesis of this intelligence, emotions, and environment as well as society are related with the seal.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Actually, but balanced well-being just mean mix between physical and mind, both together. Actually, I can offer only two, mind and physical. But this for society, intelligence, emotion, and environment. This according to the UN, you know, United Nations, they have given for the well-being of the people in the world. This is according to the UN presented about the way to develop the life quality, the quality of life, something like that. So we have to mix together.
But how these four are related with the seal? How can you prove it? My question
yes,
is
yes.
that.
The meaning sila. Sila means everything must be common or normally, right? That is a sila, sir. Sila, the meaning concept of sila. Sila means everything must be smoothly, right? Not high, not low, something like that. Must go. What I say?
Try to my only suggestion is try to present the things based upon the Pali text or Sanskrit text.
Okay.
Not on the basis of the resolutions of United Nations organizations, whatever the things. This is the Buddhist University which is planning the Buddhism and holistic well-being. So we have to present our papers based upon the text, whether they are Pali text or Sanskrit Buddhist text, not what the is telling about it. We cannot correlate these four things with the concept of seal or whatever the subset. So thank you very much. Okay.
I understand what your opinion, sir. Thank you very much for that.
Okay.
So I will try with the text. Okay. For the next time, for this one, maybe I give much more interdiscipline, something like that. So thank you very much for your sharing opinion. Very nice, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Anyway, I think we have the last presenter. I would like to call upon Dr. Porinan Pangtipampai. Last presenter.
Yeah. Just a moment, please. Hi. Have you seen my presentation?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, oh good. Good afternoon, yeah. All the Buddhist scholar and all attendants on this conference. Once we have seen that the title for the conference that kind of like Buddhism and holistic well-being, our team thinking of Buddhistic and then how people in Thailand work-life balance. And our member, we are 3 of us, as what you have seen in the presentation, yeah. First of all, we would like to introduce or give an introduction on Buddhism and health, because our research on this article is going to be about the Buddhist Holistic Wellness, and is related to contemporary Thai society. Since Buddhism is deeply rooted in Thai culture and influences well-being, well, it covers all type as like other presenter that says about physical, mental, social, and also the spiritual health. Yeah. For nowadays, Thailand, we have challenge. We have a lot of challenge, such as rapid urbanization, like our city growing bigger and bigger. The lifestyle has been changed. Economic inequality as well. Like some people, they might order frappuccino, caramel macchiato, decaf, double shot, skinny large at Starbucks coffee. Why? Some other people couldn't even afford to have a rice or good meal. Or you can see as well, like a lifestyle has been changed. Nowadays, people, in Thai people, long time back, we have a good food. Our Thai cuisine, traditional one, is kind of like a good balanced diet. Yeah, now it's replaced by Western fast food, and then potentially affecting physical health. This is the information from the Ministry of Health, from Thai department, yeah? And then, moreover, we do have the environmental challenges as well, like climate change, as what we have seen in the northern part of Thailand, a flood and everything that have like kind of disturbing lifestyle, yeah? And then environmental degradation, threaten traditional way of life, yeah, and also ecological crisis. Then things put all together, and it combined like a modern stress for all people. Now we have seen then that the concept of Buddhist holistic wellness, it can help for the physical health, the mental health as well, and social health, including the spiritual health. As like the goal is to release all form of suffering, yeah? Then the solution is going to be like, as other presenter mentioned, we use the middle way and the work-life balance. The middle way that we use is going to be applied in the principle to maintain a balanced work and personal life. Well, this kind of like avoiding extreme or foster well-being, we are not like too much on any size. Also, at the same time, we use the mindfulness for the stress management. We apply in workplace. We apply in education and healthcare. This kind of like a tool for emotional regulation and increased focus. Yeah. Then the one of the best thing is mindfulness, or like Buddhist holistic wellness concept integrate with modern healthcare. For example, like MBIS, mindfulness-based interventions, mindfulness-based stress reduction, mindfulness-based cognitive therapy. This one is like you can see or read from the PubMed. And this thing, as like even the healthcare, the modern thing, they can help for stress, anxiety, and depression. So the result is like, well, we blending the Buddhism wisdom with the modern scientific methods for holistic approach to health. Yeah. Then even the ethical conduct and social harmony, we are doing like thing for truthfulness and compassion. The role in healthcare, we provide with an ethical foundation for patient care and well-being as well. For quite almost the last, challenge and opportunity. The challenge is like we have diversity of cultural sensitivity in Thailand as well. You can see that like we have many religions nowadays. So we have to ensure like making a Buddhist wellness accessible and relate to diverse populations. But the good opportunity for this is like if we use the concept to tackle the global issue, well, many chronic disease and mental health can release as well. And for the conclusion for this article, we would like to mention that the Buddhist wellness is a comprehensive framework for addressing modern challenges. And the learning point for the thing is like we kind of like balance everything in life through mindfulness and ethical in living by integrating of traditional and modern practice, enhance overall well-being. And the last thing, let me see. Well, as what like Thailand, now we get that to the 21st century, this Buddhist wisdom, if like we thoughtfully apply, will continue to provide a guiding light toward a healthier and more balanced life for all. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you.
Since we have the three panel experts, I would like to call upon Dr. Shivani Sharma. Ma'am, would you please ask any question, if you have any? Perhaps you might have many questions in your mind.
Yeah. Well, it's not a question, it is a correction to be made that in the first slide, the speaker was mentioning that Buddhism is embedded in Thai culture.
Yeah.
I believe it should be the other way around. It should be that all cultures, all different cultures, Thai culture is embedded in Buddhism and not Buddhism is deeply rooted in Thai culture. I mean, Thai culture draws its teachings from Buddhism. So it should be, it is just a linguistic category mistake, nothing else, that Thai culture is deeply rooted in Buddhism. So Buddhism can be practiced even by Hinduism or Hindus, by any of the culture. But otherwise, it was a good paper. It was a simple, clear-cut paper with well-defined goals. So I congratulate the speaker.
Sir, Professor Bimalendra Kumar, sir, if you have any question, please, sir.
Yes, thank you. I do not have any question, but only the suggestions. The papers which are being presented here in the conference, they must be based upon our text. And what the paper presenter is trying to tell about all these things, but how they can be practiced in our day-to-day life, how the mindfulness or cognitive therapy can be done. This cognitive therapy, what are the procedure of the mindfulness? And what is the mindfulness and how the mindfulness can help in our cognitive therapy? So what are the texts which are saying about it, like Satipatthana Sutta of Digha Nikaya and Majjhima Nikaya, and other texts where the Samatha and Vipassana, which are discussing about the cognitive therapy, we can do about it. So when the texts are taken for the reference that how that these are telling about it, again, she was discussing about the ethical conduct and social harmony. She was telling about the ahimsa as well as truthfulness. So this ahimsa, this is the new term which was coined by our Mahatma Gandhi and others. We do not find the exact equivalent to the term ahimsa, but we are having avihimsa or karuna. If you go through the second noble truth, that is the dukkha samudaya, second eightfold path, that is the samma sankappo, that is the right determinations. In the right determinations, you will find that nekham sankappo, abhyapada sankappo, avihimsa sankappo. There are three types of determinations which are being taken by a person for the right determinations. So here, nekham sankappo is renouncing the household life, the right determinations related to renounce the household life. And abhyapad is related with the friendliness, that is the maitri or metta in Pali. And the third term is Avihimsa Sankappo. Here Avihimsa is the another name of Ahimsa, that is the non-violence. So when we talk about from the text, then it will be better. And here Avihimsa is nothing but it is the another name of Karuna, that is the compassion, that it is not only a verbal sympathy after seeing the can be taken in our Pali or Sanskrit Buddhist text. These can be applied from the text and references can be given. I am giving you only the suggestions that how you can present your good papers from taking that references from the Pali text or Sanskrit Buddhist text. And again, you are talking about the challenges of the cultural sensitivity and opportunity, and how this cultural sensitivity has been talked by the Buddha in Mahaparinibbana Sutta. In the Aparihaniya Sutta, there are 7 types of Satta Aparihaniya. Buddha talks that how the persons who are having different religions and customs and beliefs, how they can live together with each other, so how the women can given the right place and how they can be honored in the society, and how the elders can be given the good opportunity in the society. Elders and the parents must be respected. So there are 7 rules which have been given by the Buddha in Mahaparinibbana Sutta. So these can be correlated with the cultural sensitivity, that how the persons who are having the different backgrounds, cultures, religions, and traditions, how they can live together. So we can take it from the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, Satta Aparihaniya Dhamma, and you can explain in your paper. So when you are presenting a paper in the Buddhist conference, you must present the things which are available in our Pali text or Sanskrit Buddhist text. Then it will be better for the conference. Thank you very much.
Now I mean, I have to, recall one more time. He is the Zen Tek. He requested me, 2 times to speak on this presentation. So I request the Zen Tek from Indonesia to present his paper.
Okay, that's okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Wait. Hey. Oh. Yeah. Can everybody now look clear? Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon and Namo Buddhaya. Yeah. So I will present the Buddhist Holistic Well-being according to the experience of Dharma Usada Study Program at Nalanda Institute, Indonesia. Yeah. Okay. This is the references, then I will skip it ya. Nah, the definitions ya. The Buddha defines health, apapada or aragya, as having well-being, good digestion, not being overcold, overhot, balance, and being capable of activity. Yeah. Number 2, well-being, the state of being happy, healthy, or purpose, or marked by success of or economic well-being. Yeah, this topic is related to happiness and healthy prosperity different, yeah. Number 3, holistic, the adjective of holism, meaning a study of method of treatment that is concerned with the whole or complete system, Merriam-Webster. Now, I go to the topic. In Dhammapada 204, yeah, the Buddha says, health is the highest gain. Contentment is the greatest wealth. Trustful are the best kinsmen. Nibbana is the highest bliss. Yeah. Then, because of this saying, yeah, we in Nalanda thinks of making or introducing Buddhist medicine to Indonesia. Now we go to the next. Background of Nalanda Dharma Usada study program, Nalanda Institute. Nah, Dharma Usada means Buddhist medicine. Yeah, in Indonesia, Buddhist medicine is introduced by Nalanda. Yeah, at the time the name is Nalanda Buddhist College. Yeah, Nalanda Buddhist College introduced Buddhist medicine, the first in the country until now. Yeah, example. Yeah, number 2, in 2013, the Dharma Usada was set up as the third study program. Yeah, we originally began with Buddhist studies, yeah, bachelor's degree and master's degree. But the third is this program, Dharma Usada. Then number 3, we set it up because of knowledge that human diseases can be cured holistically. That is variety of treatments. Yeah. The study program has been the first in the country. So since 2013 until now, the government only gives permit to our institute, yeah, to operate Buddhist medicine at Dharma Usada or through Dharma Usada study program. Yeah. Now the study program has 250 students. The interesting thing is that out of the 250 students, only about 10% are Buddhists. Yeah, 10%. Yeah, 25. The rest are Muslims, Christians, yeah, Catholics, yeah, Hindu, yeah, everybody else. Yeah. Nah, then what we take what sources, yeah, we quote from. Nah, then we study the textbooks, yeah, the textbook of Buddhism, of course. Health message, not recreational, from Anguttara Nikaya 1, 62, 464, and nursing care, aromatherapy, herbs, needling, and meditation. Nah, these are complete or whole system or holistic, we consider. So in Indonesia, that's why we are allowed to introduce Buddhist medicine study program. Yeah. Nah, and then in Indonesia also, Borobudur Temple, yeah, you know, yeah. We look at Borobudur Temple where the examples of Buddhist holistic medicine are pictured, yeah. Nah, we look at the Karma Vibhanga Sutta or Karma Vibhanga panel, relief panel, yeah, relics in Buddhist temple. We look here, yeah, at the relief, yeah. One relief example is drink jamu or herbs, and second as massaging, yeah. This is example only, yeah. And then we expand the program by cooperating with Chinese universities. Now, among all of them, yeah, Jiangxi University is the first one to cooperate with us in 2014. There, I am representing Nalanda, yeah, talking with Professor Liu Sanya, and we send also our students, our teachers to get master's degree, to get a PhD degree from Jiangxi University, yeah. And then well, we find out, yeah, at the here, yeah, meditation. So we now we know mindfulness, yeah. Mindfulness is timeless quality that we all have. The first mention of qualities akin to mindfulness appear in descriptions of yogic practices in the Upanishad, the scriptural texts of Hinduism that date back as early as 1000 BC. Yeah, but it was Siddhartha Gautama, the historical Buddha, who zeroed in on the power of mindfulness. Yeah, this is I quoted from David Jealous. Yeah. Then I also read in the University of Wisconsin at Madison, Professor Richard Davidson says mind can change the brain and the changed brain can change the mind. That's why we motivate our students to use our Buddhist medicine, which is holistic enough, and the fact that Buddhist medicine can help change the brain, brain structure, and the change brain can change the mind, so vice versa, Okay, and then in the research in 2005, Harvard University's assistant professor Russell used functional magnetic imaging to measure the changes in the thickness of cerebral cortex in the experienced American mindfulness practitioners at insight meditation. Lasser et al. Showed that in long-term meditators, the area of cerebral cortex relating to input processing through the five senses were thicker. This is the result of meditation. Then introduction, the brain, I skipped the part. The male brain and the female brain, different, but there are no effect on function or intelligence. There are three main divisions of the brain: cerebrum, and brainstem. The cerebrum consists of two cerebral hemispheres. The outer layer called the cortex or gray matter. And the inner layer is white matter. The gray matter is the cortex. The other four lobes in the cortex: the frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and occipital lobe. I take it from a National Library. And then how cerebral cortex functions. It has a lot of functions. So you can see in the picture. Here. This is at the back. And then the stem. You see. The back and the stem. Cerebral cortex functions: sensory information, planning, initiation of motor decision making, motivation, learning, memory, attention, problem solving, conceptual thinking. So cerebral cortex is very important, and it is called the gray matter. And then slowing the aging of process. This is another strong point. Why 90% of our students are from different religions, not only Buddhist. Buddhist 10%. The research above are also suggested that regular meditation training can slow down the thinning process of the prefrontal cortex, relating to age, which is usually inevitable. Usually, doctors and scientists think that prefrontal cortex cannot be changed, but meditation prove otherwise. Okay. Then this is the prefrontal cortex, up to age 20, age 5, age 13, age 20, and then this is the last. So Buddhism offers holistic well-being. Dharma Usada study program has proven this. And number two, Nalanda offers holistic medicine to the study Dharma program, Dharma Usada study program. Thank you. Bye. Okay, I give back to the promoter. Okay.
Now I think I would like to call upon, the panelists to put any question based on his presentation. He has defined in a different level of, presentation, a little bit more scientific.
May I ask?
Yes, please, ma'am, please.
It was very interesting presentation. Congratulations. And it was wonderful to know about Dharma Usada, the medicine kind that you are working on. And you also referred to this, that needling as a medicinal trend that has been followed is mentioned in Sadpundarik
Yeah.
text. Yeah. Yeah. Can you exactly tell us what is the text which leads you to interpret that it is with regard to needling? This is my first question. And second question is, in which part of can you just open up the slide which refers to cerebral cortex function? It was very interesting. Yeah, this one. So which part of the cerebral cortex of the brain you can refer that being mindful belongs to this portion, or the next prefrontal cortex? Being mindful applies to which part of the brain? Is it collective activity? Because when we read, there are many studies on mental mind imaging programs by many of the scientists, especially Kabat and Zinn, when they refer to mind-based cognitive reduction stress therapy kind of a thing. So it is very interesting to see that you are doing some kind of a similar thing. So where do you place mindfulness in this context of cerebral cortex function, because you have sensory information and all kinds of things are there? And these are my two queries. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And Sadarapparika Sutra is not Buddhist Theravada text. Yeah, I rarely read the Buddhist Sutra. Yeah, but I read only Buddhist Sutra, Buddhist Sutta, not Sutra. Yeah, but I understand in page 217. Yeah, needling is used by ancient Buddhists, yeah, to help cure sickness, yeah, to help cure problems with pain, yeah. Example, pain on the back, yeah, pain on the knee, yeah. That is the use of needling, yeah. Then to answer your questions about here, now, yeah, all of this, yeah, are covered by mindfulness. All of this, yeah, not only one or two or three. So the other scientists may not reach the point where they can explain all, yeah. But we at Dharma Usada Study Program have experts, professors of neuroscience, professors of other scientists, and they recommend that Buddhist medicine through mindfulness offers this kind of holistic treatment, and it is proven. Yeah, so our professors agree that the sensory information, yes, especially for experienced meditators, yeah, not for beginners, yeah, experienced meditators, and they can show us the changes they feel it, yeah. And then when we go to the laboratory, and then the laboratory can show that all the changes are happening in senior or regular meditators, yeah, all of them, yeah. That is my answer. Yeah, I've been writing about Buddhist meditation for over 15 years. Yeah, I have read about a lot of books, a lot of things from America, from Europe, yeah, and all fail to mention all this information, planning, initiation of photography. So they fail to mention all the benefits of mindfulness. Yeah, this is what I read.
Interesting. But I would suggest you to read. There is an article on mechanics of mindfulness written by some Japanese Shapiro, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So they have a wonderful paper on this mechanics of, mindfulness, whereby they're actually bringing out, all right, I'll let the others ask, and if time is given to us, we'll present our own views also. We are waiting. All right. Thank you so much for responding.
Okay. Yeah. As
Yeah.
you remember, as the science develops over the years, even the difference between our finding and others will be different. But our findings will be around this. Yeah. So, okay, the science may develop, yeah, but the development will help us to highlight these benefits. Yeah, that is my reading. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, Professor Bimalendra Kumar, sir, if you have any question.
Yes, I have one query that this Nalanda tradition of medicine which was introduced in Indonesia, whatever. The institute term is in Nalanda Usad study program. What is the meaning of Usad?
Usada is medicine. Medicine.
Is it Ausadhi in Sanskrit? Ausadhi has become Usad.
Oh, yeah.
Ausadhi is medicine in Sanskrit. In Sanskrit, it is called as Ausadhi. Ausadhi means medicine.
Yeah.
And Chikitsa Dhyan, you are also discussing about the medicine, but that's how this Ausadhi became Usad in Indonesia. Yeah. How this is the corrupt form of Ausadhi.
Yeah.
Just how this Ausadhi is the Sanskrit form. I think and that Shivani will let us know that how this Ausadhi became Usad in Indonesia. There is a linguistic change, how the sound changes from India to our Indonesia. In Thailand also we see that how the Sanskrit and Pali terms are spoken in Thai language also. So, but there are other pronunciations, but in Ausadhi. So again, just what you are telling about, you are giving some of the references of Anguttara Nikaya and Vinaya Pitaka, as well as Southern Pundrika Sutra, you are discussing. So you have given just only the references, page number and volume number, but you have not elaborated that how the massage. You are talking about the massage that in Anguttara Nikaya for the massage, body massage has been discussed. So it would have been better that if you really quote those passages from the Anguttara Nikaya or Vinaya Pitaka, from where you have taken these references. So we are not aware that any text which discusses about the medicine. In Pali, there is a text, Bhesaj Manjusa, that is the casket of medicine. In Pali, yes, there is a text which was composed by unknown author of Sri Lanka. There is a monk of 11th century AD. He has written Pali text which discusses about the medicine. But this Bhesaj Manjusa, that is the casket of medicine, is mainly based upon the Ashtanga Hridaya Shastra of India, as well as Charaka Samhita. There are 8 Ayurveda texts which have been taken together for composing of the text, Pali text.
Yeah.
So it would have been better if you quote those passages that even you are telling about the needling, how the needling and naturopathy, they have been also discussed in Ashtanga Hridaya Shastra, Charak Samhita, and how the Pali text of Bheshas Manjusa, and even if you go through the Vinay Pitaka, Bhesaj Kandaka, it also discusses about that how the medicines, there are 5 main medicines which have been discussed in our curing the diseases. And much has been discussed in our some of the passages of Anguttara Nikaya. So it would have been better if you quote those passages from the Pali or the Sanskrit Sadham Pundarika Sutra, where the medicines which have been discussed here. Otherwise, I congratulate you for your presentations. You have given just a report of your institute, that what are the activities of your institute, what your institute, Nalanda
yeah.
Ustad SD program is doing. But not only textual paper has been presented here. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Professor Bimalendra, I would like
Yes,
to the head of Dharma Usada study program, Dr. Billy Japaris. He is graduated from Jiangxi University with PhD. If you are free, I will introduce you to him and you can talk. We want to develop this program so that Buddhism will grow together with it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank
Next
you
time,
very much. Thank you. Next time.
next time I want to introduce you to him. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Miss Hannah, are you in the Zoom? Because I request you to give opinion from Korean. Hannah. Or maybe she don't want to give the opinion. Okay, Jeff, next to conduct.
No
Jeff,
sound is coming.
Switch off
Yes.
the mic. You switch off the mic, Jeff.
Yeah, I repeat. Yeah, one presenter, he was absent when I called him, but I think he has come on live. So I would like to call upon Faisalat Tapsekta from Laos to present his paper. Are you there? I'm
Yes.
calling again. Yes.
Yeah.
When Faisalat Tapsekta.
Yes. Understand now. Yeah. Yes, more respected, venerable monks, Pisu, and Upasika. My name is Pestalat Evsagda. I'm from Laos, Vietnam. Today, I would like to share some information to you all. Because today we are talking about Buddhism and holistic
well-being. Buddhism offers many insights into holistic well-being, including the importance of mental health, the rule of meditation, and the concept of equanimity. Mental health. Buddhism views health as holistic, connecting the mind and body. The Buddhism thought that functions are beings in the mind, and that mental equanimity or peace of mind can be achieved by detaching from the cycle of caring. Meditation practice can help reduce stage and improve quality of life. Meditation can also help people with life threatening illnesses such as cancer and HIV/AIDS. Yes. Equanimity. Buddhism teaches that equanimity or peace of mind and be achieved by detaching from the cycle of caring that produce dukkha. Yeah, Pali is main dukkha. Moral guidelines on Buddhism. Buddhist medical literature provides moral guidelines and ethics for health care. Practitioners, including the importance of loving kindness, compassion, empathy, and equanimity. Holistic care Buddhism offers insight into holistic care, which involves harmonizing mental, physical, and spiritual health, as well as society, culture, and environment. Buddhism directs its energy inward to train the mind to understand the mental state of happiness, to identify and diffuse sources of negative emotion, and to cultivate emotional states like metta, mudita, karuna, upekkha, or loving kindness, compassion, systematic joy, and equanimity in order to improve present. And on the other hand, holistic well-being is closely related to the Buddhist principle of development or cultivation, which derived from the original Pali term bhavana, consisting of 4 elements, namely 1. Kaya bhavana. It is a Pali language, and high score development. Number 2, sila bhavana, moral development. Number 3, citta bhavana, mental development. And number 4, panya bhavana, wisdom development. The 4 qualifications of person pavitas. 1. Those who have made body become, this means pavita kaya. 2. Those who have moral becomes pavita shila. 3. Those who have made mind become Pavita Chitta. 4. Those who have made wisdom become Pavita Panya. That is the person who completely qualified to all those qualities are the worthy what you want. This fourth bhavana is a criterion to measure the life balance in 4 different dimensions, which cover the physical body, kaya, behaviors exposed to the society, sila, mind, chitta, and wisdom, panya, respectively. The next finger shows pyramids of the 4 dimensions of holistic well-being. Health, dukkha, bhavana, that is also caused by a lifetime process of high score development in an individualized view. A person can feel self only when the presence of peace. Peace means a set of promise that is the result of observing to 5 precepts of an individual that is caused by members in the society due normal moral conducts, not is immoral person. Therefore, a peaceful set is something that mankind decides the happiness on earth. Buddhists, both monks and lay men have their own precepts according to diligence principles. Accessory Buddhism has like the productions of the monastic society to be the ideal society for humans beings, which is under the disciplinary rules laid down by the Buddha to be the norms for the monastic society for the unity, which Buddhist morality as a measure of orderliness called purify morality, visiting Sila as well as the householders. 5 precepts. Pancha Sila as the basic morality of the human beings. It is a preliminary contraindication according to the Buddha's purpose in order to determine the morals, the normal happiness of human beings for the existence, which sustainable peace under the world society. One important thing is such peace is something that people in society can build up through the learning process until they understand the principles and criteria of the 5 precepts according to Buddhism's principles. In addition, so social members must have the ability to apply the knowledge to the daily life to create social peace in the society. Buddhism views that each precept among the five is an individual's insolence of peace, peacefulness, reconciliation, harmony, and safety in various areas, namely, one, the first precept refers to a life insolence. Two, the second precept refers to a poverty insolence. Three, the third precept refers to a family insolence. Four, the fourth precept refers to a true insolence. Five, the fifth precept refers to a health insolence. The next finger showing the five precepts Panja Sila as insurance of peace. The balanced way of life according to Buddhist psychology, the balanced way of life according to Buddhist psychology is the clearest picture of way of life of human beings who are successfully achieve their needs according to the psychological viewpoint from the Maslow hierarchy of needs theory. There are five dimensions of needs of humans in which they must be fulfilled, namely, one, highest core needs. Two, safety needs. Three, social needs. Four, esteem needs. And five, self-actualization needs. These are very close related to the Buddhist view of the four development, namely, one, high score development, two, moral development, three, mental development, and four, wisdom development. In order to achieve the four levels of balanced way of life, namely, one, high score balanced way of life, two, moral balanced way of life, three, mental balanced way of life, and four, intellectual balanced way of life. The five dimensions of women's needs must be fulfilled respectively from the psychological to the self-actualization needs. Yeah, this time enough to present, to show to you all. Yeah, thank you so much for come and listening. Yeah, attention. Thank you so much.
Okay, as he has presented his paper, I request any panelist, any expert to present, to ask any question.
Well, I'm glad that was purely, I'm sure Professor Bimalendra Kumarji must be happy to have the referential kind of a presentation. So yes, he started right. He started with Shil Samadhi Pragya and an elaborate discussion on and their classification. that really helped to have a theoretical understanding of the concept. So congratulations to the speaker. Thank you.
No, I also congratulate our Venerable Assoc. So really, he has presented a good paper. So I congratulate and how the three trainings, Isikha, namely Seal, Samadhi, and Panya, how these are helpful in balancing being in the society, how the holistic well-being can be established with the three trainings. So I congratulate because time is very less given to the participants. So I congratulate. Thank you very much.
Now I think one presenter, she has requested to present her paper. I think her name is Wirya Farm D. Wirya Farm D. If you're willing to, if you're willing to present your paper, you can present. Perhaps you could be the last one. Paper presenter Wirya Farm D. As you make a request to present your paper, certainly you can go for presentation.
Virya.
I recall Wirya Farm D, as she has requested to present her paper. Certainly she can go for it. That should be the last presentation. I think we haven't received any kind of response from her. I think we don't have any more paper presenter. If any question from the participant community, any question from participants, may ask any question based on the presentation made by the presenters.
In the meanwhile, can I just point out 2-3 points so that we also get to speak, because we also have pointed out that
yes, ma'am.
There are certain points. Yeah, thank you. Thanks. So it's good to listen to all the participants. We have learned at least a few things. We have got to know things that we were not aware of, especially that Usad thing, Buddhist medicine. That was interesting. And one of the participants rightly started by defining what actually is, what actually we are trying to look at. For example, when he was asking what he quoted, I believe, Merriam-Webster dictionary also, that what does holistic mean and how do we, interpret these terms as holism or holistic approach? How do we try to understand what actually is meant by mindfulness? So it is interesting to note that when we talk of Buddhism is primarily an ethical discipline. Of course, it is a textual tradition, complete textual tradition in itself. It cannot be denied at all. But at the same time, it does not talk of a complete theory. It is not a theoretical thing in itself. Rather, it demands a kind of practice, a kind of orientation, which is actually lived. That Husserl would say it's a life world. You have to live it in order to make it, or if in order to understand, you have to live it. So in that context, yes, Professor Bimalendra ji also pointed out to certain papers which were not referring to the Buddhist texts at all. And that is very, very significant, because when it comes to practicing, you cannot miss on the points which are given in text. For example, Shil, Samadhi, Pragya. The last speaker was referring to Shil. And when we talk of Shil, there are still four kind of, there are four phases of it. And I believe it is Chetana, Chaitasik, Samvar, which is again further divided into 4 or 5 kinds of, Pati Mokha Samvar, Sati Samvar, Khanti Samvar, Jnana Samvar, and these were referred to by the last speaker as well. And also at the same time, adherence to a moral setup, adhering, and I'm reminded of Greek philosophy as well, when Aristotle tells us that it is a matter, cultivation of virtue is a matter of discipline. Cultivation of virtues or golden mean has to be, it is just as Buddha would say, pratitya samutpad, middle path. Similar is, and we all know that Aristotle happens much, after Buddha. So when Buddha talks of pratitya samutpad, it is again, avoiding all kinds of extremes. Similar is the case with Aristotle as well when he talks of golden mean. So this adherence to a moral setup, moral value system demands rigorous training. It is not merely laying down theoretical principles. It actually demands rigorous training, and that is what is happening in the science of mindfulness. And when I was referring to the individual, the gentleman from Colombia who was doing Buddhist osad, that is Aushadhi, the medicine, Buddhist medicine. It is actually, you'll be surprised to know when studies are being conducted on mind-based that is training, when the focus is that the focus of these studies is that when you talk of mindfulness, you are actually trying to pinpoint 3 areas. One is that intention, the other is attention, and another is your attitude towards it. For example, if you are intending, what are you actually, you have to remind yourself time and again. Reminding oneself is the intention that is involved in mindfulness. And when it comes to attention, it is that how aware you are, how well you are attending to it. And that is how you can, and attitude is something, sometimes you can go cold, sometimes you can be absolutely disinterested. But there is a Japanese technique which is in mindfulness, which is very interesting, that sometimes you can be mindful by your mind and sometimes you can be mindful by your heart. So heart mindfulness is another category which tells us that you need to be empathetic, you need to be sahridaya, you need to be one or in unity with the individual with whom you are. And that is how, karuna, mudita, upekha, these all values, they come into play. And that is how Buddhism becomes so very significant when it comes to practicing all the values, all the value systems through living them, by training oneself. And that is, I believe this is one of the greatest contributions of Buddhist ethics, by merely acknowledging that, yes, the Arya Satyas, and not only acknowledging them, rather than propounding, the 4th Arya Satya, propounding full pathway. And this pathway is to be realized rather than, to talk about it. It has to be realized, it has to be lived. And this is the reason that entire philosophical tradition, be it West, be it East, I mean, of course, there are, with some variations, of course, but still I mean, it cannot be denied that it has to be lived. Of course, theory is required in order to have practical of what the blue chart has to offer us. But I believe these things are very, very significant. And also Anusati is one of the very significant practices whereby you are supposed to keep thinking, keep reminding yourself that, you need to remind yourself that the disgust feeling, that food, your weakness toward food items, that has to be reminded time and again in the practice of Anusati. And also and it is not only the negative side of your body and the food that you eat and all the negative energies that you know accumulate while eating all kind of stuff and the limitation of your body, but at the same time you also need to remember the teachings of the Buddha, the teachings of the Sangha, the teachings of Dhamma. And not only this, you also need to, as a monk, as a practitioner of be it Arhat or be it Bodhisattva, you need to keep reminding yourself that yes, there is a nature of death, there is death which is waiting, which has to happen, it has to come, you cannot escape death. So these kind of reminders is practically one of the fundamental teachings of mindfulness. And with this I'm thankful to the organizers, especially Dr. Phanu, for giving me this opportunity, wonderful opportunity to listen to so many presentations and to be a panelist. Thank you once again. Thank you for giving me time.
Jeff, you have to open the mic.
Yes, Venerable.
You are muted.
As I was asking, sir, if you have any questions, sir, Professor Bimalendra Kumar, so if you have any word, please share with us, sir.
I do not have any question, but if I would like to say something on this very much topic. So if there is a time, then I can speak for 5-10 minutes. Otherwise, is there any?
Please, sir, please. We're looking forward.
Please, sir.
Is there
Go ahead, sir.
any allotted time for us? Then we can talk about it. Otherwise, we can proceed for that.
No, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay, so thank you very much, most venerable monks who are sitting here, and I am especially thankful to organizing committee of this our Mahamukut Buddhist University, and this is the first international conference which is being organized on this Buddhism and well-being, and I am also thankful to Professor Shivani Sharma, who contacted me to spare some time for this international conference, and I am thankful to our venerable Phanu, who made contact through WhatsApp, and then I try to be here. So today on the topic what Buddhism and well-being, as we know that if you go through the first statement after the first sermon at Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta at Saranath, what Buddha told that Charata Bhikkhave Charikam Bhajan Hitaya Bhajan Sukhaya Lokanukampaya Thai Dev Manusyanamti. That here Buddha says that, oh monks, wander from one place to another place for the sake of welfare of the many people. So here Bhajan Hitaya and Bhajan Sukhaya, these two terms, and Lokanukampai, these three terms are very much our helpful for understanding of the Buddhism as well as holistic well-being. So after the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, which was delivered to the fivefold monks, here Buddha says that you have to wander for the sake of welfare of the many people, Bhajan Hitaya, Bhajan Sukhaya. So here there is a term Hit and Sukha. There are two terms which signify the well-being. So here, hit and sukha. Sukha is the happiness, what we call it, for the happiness of there. What is happiness? We'll discuss later on. So here, hit is a welfare, that is the lok kalyan, that welfare of the all people. And here it is also said lokanukampa. So there is a term lok and anukampa. Anukampa is also that after seeing the suffering of others, if there is a shaking of the consciousness, there is a shaking of the heart inside that one is suffering from the pain or something like that. This lokanukampa athai dev manusanamti for the whole human beings and other things. So here, what is loka? Loko tu sansaro sansaro ti bhavshak parampara. Or another way, lok has been defined as lunjan palunjan athena loko. That arising and ceasing of anything is called as loka. In another way, that taking birth or dying is another name of the loka. That is the world. So lokoti sansaro ti bhavchaka parampara. That has been said. So lokanukampa, here there are two terms, that is the seeing of the suffering of others, how Buddha preached the first sermon after getting enlightenment. And he was saying that all the people are suffering from pains and other diseases, how they can be elevated. So this term and Sukha is a name of another state of eternal bliss. Bahujan Hitai, Bahujan Sukhai. Here Sukh is another name of a state of eternal bliss, that is the state of Nibbana. That a state of where there is total the cessation of the desire. That state is called as happiness or the nirvana. So Nibbana is made up of two words, Ni and Ban. Everyone, you might be knowing about the term Nibbana. But here the Nibbana is getting a state of eternal peace, Santapadam, Parampadam, Sukpadam, whatever, there are so many names which have been discussed in our text. So the concept of well-being is revolving around the Bahujan Hitai, Bahujan Sukhai. So these are the two terms related with all these terms. But coming to this, our the text, Acharya Nagarjuna discusses about the law of dependent originations, that is the Pratitya Samruttapad. And the law of dependent originations in the Pali text also discusses about the concept of well-being. We'll discuss that how Acharyas have discussed the concept of well-being in the law of dependent originations. As we know that law of dependent originations is the law of cause and effect. Everything is dependent on some cause and conditions. Whatever the things which are coming in our day-to-day life, they are dependent on cause and conditions. There is no self-independent entity. Everything comes dependent on some cause and conditions. So these are some of the things which are discussed in our Pali text also. It has been said, imasmu sati idam hoti, imasmu asati idam na hoti, imasmu pada idam upajjati, imas nirodha idam nirujjati. That based upon this, there is the arising of this, and based upon if there is the absence of this, there will be no arising of this. Yam kinchi samuday dhammam tam nirodha dhammam dim. Whatever the things which are arising, they have to cessity. And there are 12 links of dependent originations. And based upon this, Acharya Nagarjuna has also discussed the law of dependent originations. And there are three aspects. That is the idam pratyayata, nisvabhavata, and praspara ashrayata, or dharma dhatutva. So these three aspects are related with our concept of well-being in our Buddhism. So how these three things have been discussed, I will discuss in a very brief word. That is the idam pratyeta, that whatever the things which are arising, they are based upon the cause and conditions. Whatever the things which are coming, they are nothing but the whole things which are in the phenomenal world. They are based upon the 12 link of dependent originations, from the ignorance to till birth and death. And this is the gross aspect of our Acharya Nagarjuna, describing the law of dependent originations. Second is nisvabhavata, that is the all things are essenceless. Whatever the things which are happening in our day-to-day world, they are essenceless. And this character is called as a subtle aspect of the law of dependent originations. And the third aspect which Acharya Nagarjuna is discussing, this is called as dharma dhatutva, that universal coexistence and interdependence of all phenomena. So whatever the man, nature, and environment, we are seeing that how the things, how man, nature, and environment are causally dependent on each other. They have been discussed in our Tamsak Sutra, and this is called as Yatha Bhut Jnana or Yatha Bhut Drishti, that as they really appear through this law of dependent originations, one can have the knowledge that as they really appear, that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to suffering, and all dhammas are subject to soulless. So this third aspect is dharma dhatutva, and that is the universal coexistence. There are four aspects of this dharma dhatutva, which has been discussed by Acharya Chandrakirti in Madhyamaka Avatar. And he says that there are four aspects of Dharma Tattva, that is the mutual dependence, coexistence, cooperation, and co-enjoyment. There are four aspects which have been discussed in under the aspect of Dharma Tattva. And these four aspects are discussing that how the people, man, nature, and environment are mutually dependent on each upon, how they are mutually coexisting, how there is a coexistence, and how the things are. And these four aspects are discussing the aspect of universal community, that how what we are talking about, that how the community aspect was developed by the Blessed One Buddha, and how this concept of well-being was developed in the teachings of the Buddha in the law of dependent originations. So these have been discussed, and this concept of even if you see that how they are the coexistence, mutual dependence, or mutual cooperation or co-enjoyment, how they are removing the one aspect that is called as aham, that is the ego. Everyone has this ego is the we can say that this is the anusay, one of the latent factors which are associated with our consciousness, which are dormant in nature, and whenever they find time or opportunity, they become active. So these can be removed until unless we do not remove our ego, or that is the agham and aham asmim. And this there are two concepts which are coming in our Pali text, that is the man, abhiman, or atiman, these three terms. Until unless we do not remove the concept of ego centricity of oneself, that how ego can be removed. So by following the four aspects of dharma dhatutva of law of dependent originations, that is the mutual dependence, coexistence, cooperation, and co-enjoyment, how these can remove the ego that I am the superior one, no one is equal than me, everyone is inferior than me. This conceit can be removed by following these four aspects of our this. And again, further, the middle path, what we call as Majjhima Patipada or Madhyama Pratipada, which have eightfold path, by following again in threefold what the venerable monks have presented their pairs, that is the three trainings, Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, morality, concentration, and right understanding or wisdom, how these are really helpful in social, economic, and political level. If you go through the aspect in the Sutta Nipat Atkatha, or in the text, one of the Khudak Nikaya texts, that is the Sutta. No hunti sabbe satta bhavantu said that everyone is everyone has the quality of Buddha talks about that all, let all the beings be happy, be healthy also. Bhavatu Sabha Mangalam, this concept, when you go through that, how this, let all the beings be hale and hearty. So these concepts have been discussed in all the teachings of the Buddha, and how these have been discussed in our text, we have to follow it. So this, there are so many paths or teachings of the Buddha or the practices which have been discussed in our text to modify our consciousness, to purify our consciousness, how the all kleshas or the defiling factors which are associated with our consciousness, how they can be removed. Until unless we do not remove our kleshas or defiling factors which are associated with our consciousness, we cannot do moral things. Professor Shivani was talking about the intention and attention. Buddhism, Buddha also talks about the intention and behavior. So if you go through the one statement of the Buddha, Chetana ham bhikkhave cheti, Chetana ham bhikkhave kammam badami, Chetitva kai kammam vachikammam manukammam. O monks, I call volition and as an action. And through this volition, all physical, vocal, and mental actions are being performed. It is our consciousness through which all the manifestations are being performed by a person. Whatever we do, whether they are moral or immoral actions, they are being performed by our mind. So that is why it is said that chittam ti vichittam, that all the functions are being guided by our consciousness or mind. In Dhampad also we see that how the first verse, Manopuvangma Dhamma, that all things are being guided by our mind. Mind is the forerunner of all actions, whether they are moral or immoral. So all the intentions, whatever they are moral or immoral, they are being guided by our consciousness or the mind. So it is our duty to purify our consciousness. How we can purify our consciousness, how we can mold our behavior by following the kamathan which has been prescribed in the Visuddhi Magga. If you go through the third chapter, there are 46 kamathan. Out of the 46 kamathan, there are 10 anusati, which Professor Shivani was also discussing, that how remembering again and again, there are 6 main types of anusaranati. So remembering again and again how these, the qualities of the Buddha, Dham and Sangha, whenever we chant the Mangal Path, इतिपिसो भगवा अर्हा संबा संबुद्धो विद्याचरण संपन्नो सुगतो लोक विदु पुरुष धम्म सारथी इति सो भगवा. So there are 9 virtues or the qualities which we remember again and again. And in remembering again and again, we are purifying our consciousness. In the same way, what are the qualities of the Dhamma? Swa Khato Dhammo, how it has been defined in the text, how we have to take aspects of the qualities of the Dhamma in our life in the same manner, how the qualities of the Sangha. So there are 10 types of Anusmriti which have been discussed also. And there is another aspect that nowadays it is Samatha and Vipassana. Nowadays it has become more popular for purifying our consciousness. Samatha is the another name of calming down our mind. It is another name of Rupa Jhan and Arupa Jhan. So by concentrating our mind on the Rupa Jhan as well as Arupa Jhan, I am not going to discuss all these things. We can concentrate our mind on the objects as well as on the objects which do not have form and color. In that way, this is called as calming down mind. We are removing the 6 types of 5 types of nivarnas which put obstacle in the path of concentrations, namely kama, chand, vyapad, thinimid, ujat, kukuch, and vichkitcha. And by this Rupa Jhana, we are concentrating. And then we are coming to the Vipassana, that when a Yogavachar or a person tries to concentrate his mind by that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to suffering, all dhammas are subject to soulless. So anicca adi visesh pakarena passati ti vipassana. So through our Sil, Samadhi and Panya, the Panya is the medium through which we can get a state of that is the enlightenment. So Vipassana, through which we can visualize the things, that all things are subject to anicca, dukha, and anitta. So these things we can practice in our day-to-day life. There are other practices which have been also preached by the Buddha in the text, but due to lack of time, I stop here, and I congratulate the organizing committee, as well as I am thankful to the organizing committee, especially Phanuji and others for giving me a chance to speak on this occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I think you have given us, wonderful thoughts. Now, as the presentation is over, we have been, enlightened by the great thoughts of our panel experts, illuminating ideas of speakers who presented their papers in different aspects of Buddhism and holistic well-being. It has been a wonderful conference filled with the sanctity of wisdom and great thoughts of Buddhism. I would like to thank our panel experts, Professor Shivani Sharma from Punjab University. I would like to thank Professor Dr. Bimalendra Kumar from Banaras University. And I would like to thank Professor Sanya Kenaphoom. And now the conference comes to an end. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So can we leave?
Yeah. Okay. Ma'am.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank
Jefferson.
you. Sawadee krap.
Please
Thank you,
Sawadee krap.
discuss
everyone.
with my master, director of the Yanasangvorn Institute. He will thank you the last.
Okay.
Okay.
เอาตรงนั้นก็ได้ตรงนี้ก็ได้ มันพูดตรงนั้นไปPS มันต่อครับ He is the director of Yanasangvorn Research Institute of Buddhist Mahamkut Buddhist University ครับนิมนต์ครับ invitation
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for today's conference. Actually, on behalf of the rector of Associate Professor Patitham Kenaphoom, the rector of Mahamkut Buddhist University, and on behalf of the vice rector, Assistant Professor Phramaha Maghavin Purisuttamo, the vice director to look after the research center of Yanasangvorn Institute of Research. Actually, I would like to thank all the speakers, especially the distinguished speakers who joined our conference today. And I would like also to thank participants from all from on part of the Thailand and from other countries who participate in this conference for today. And exactly, I also would like to thank our colleagues at Mahamkut Buddhist University who helped us run this conference today. Topic today is very interesting. Buddhism and holistic well-being. We have experts and excellent speakers who make research, who do research, and take the topic, come to the conference and present to our conference today. This topic really interesting. That's why this topic brings us come to interesting viewpoint and very joyful discussion. And this is the way that we generate our idea to each other. Not only the researchers only to know the idea on this topic, but all of us who participate in this conference also get beautiful ideas from our researchers. So I have to thank you very much exactly on behalf of the Buddhist Mahamkut Buddhist University. We hope that next time we would like to have all of speakers, all of participants to come and share the topics in our next conference again. So at the end of this program, may I say closing of this conference. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
thank you
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you.